All right. Uh, all right. We're going live. See if we can get a few people in here. If y'all don't mind, please share this out. Uh, Bear with me. If anybody jump in here, let me know you can hear me. Testing one, two, three. Testing one, two, three. There we go. Testing one, two, three. Come on. Country, what's up? What's up, country? Do I sound okay? Okay, you say I can hear you. All right, all right. I'll let a few more people get up in here. If you don't mind, share it out. I don't say this too often. Y'all, please share this out as y'all come in. And do me a favor, hit that like button. Hit that like button. We're going to have a special guest on real quick. And if nobody catch the live, hopefully they can catch the replay and go over this. I think this is going to be a very important subject. The subject is pay yourself, because a lot of us, we come out here, we jump in the truck, and I'm guilty. I ain't gonna lie, I'm guilty. We jump in the truck, we get our business bank account, and we deposit money into our business bank account, and we call ourselves paying ourselves by Zelling or cash apping ourselves and our drivers. And you know, it becomes a problem once you decide to start purchasing properties and personal things of that nature, vehicles, this and that. Because you definitely have to separate your business and your personal. It has to be separated. Okay. I was able to buy a property under FHA. I proved that I paid taxes that prior year, this. And everything went through properly. When I got a chance to purchase my second property, the property that I really wanted, this was a 41-acre property, y'all, with a barn, 2 pastures, and a lake. And I could have got that property for like $350,000. I know the camera's over here, but I'm looking over here because I have a screen over here. But I missed out on that property. Now, I tried to go into Freddie Mac for that one because there was a lot of farm acreage in that area. And Freddie Mac wasn't as lenient as FHA. So in other words, I learned a valuable lesson that I would like to share with you guys. Another guest that'll be on here soon. It's better to have yourself a W-2. Okay. It makes the buying property real estate a whole lot more streamlined. You know, once you present a W-2 compared to bank statements and 1099s all over the place. Okay. Since I'm leased on the one carrier, I only have one 1099, but back when I told y'all, trucking is my second career. I like to consider a successful communication business. 7-8 years until time just caught up with me. I created me a service niche of servicing old phone systems that I came along in my communications career to learn how to operate on. And once voice over IP came out, it really pretty much pushed old people like me out of the game. So that's what it was. But I can't take credit for a guest that's coming up. The guest that's coming up, I really met him through watching Cooley videos. If y'all haven't, go subscribe to Call Me Cooley. Subscribe to Country Ghetto. show you right. Hopefully he'll be checking in here pretty soon. Y'all stream up. So when y'all guys want to jump in and ask a question, I'm going to try to limit it to one question per person that I bring up, because of the simple reason this guy's on a time frame and he is going to have to go. Okay, so we have him for a limited time. But while I have a minute, let's say let's give a few shout outs. I shouted out Country. Shout out to Cooley once again. Shout out to Leak. Shout out to the whole bullpen gang. Yay, yay. One time for Guilty, Rika, Miss Richardson, Apocalypse, everybody. I see y'all. T Hill, everybody. I see it. Let's see. I need to start posting more on my channel. Yeah, you do, Country. Yeah, you do. Country has a wealth of knowledge that he needs to share with us. Just for the few conversations we've had on the phone, I'm gonna be blowing your phone up, Country. Gonna be blowing his phone up. And Country has an interesting story as well. Can't wait for him. Matter of fact, I'm gonna interview you one day, Country. I'm gonna get you up here and interview you. Okay, let's see. All right, hopefully this guy will be tapping in. But just real quick, let me go back over what I'm trying to accomplish. And it's to tell you guys how to set up your business. Try to separate yourself from your business, because I'm looking at life a whole lot differently now. I have had, oh God, did I freeze up, y'all? Can y'all still hear me? Because it looked like my camera froze up. Let's see. Oh, it's not looking good here. Hold on. My computer ain't acting up, is it, y'all? Let me see if I can get a live chat. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're back in now. All right. Can't say I know nothing. But calling in just a moment. All right, that's my guess. He'll be here in just a moment. But just to show you guys that it's ways to do this correctly. And I have learned from people like Cooley. I have learned from Calvin, HT Logistics. The list go on and on. A lot of people have served me well in my little mentorship progress. You got to keep a positive core group around you to inspire you, give you advice, somebody you can bounce ideas off of. Because believe me, the second you think you know it all about trucking, something will come along and show you don't know it all about trucking. And we can't take this thing for granted. Anything from behind the wheel, even to doing our back office or handling our personal business that ties in with our business, because this is your livelihood, and you don't want to get caught up in tax trouble. Been there, done that, got a t-shirt and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Them folks ain't nothing to be played with at all. I was in the whole 44 grand with them at one time. I fought it for years, and I finally was able to come to agreement with them. They dropped it down to 24, whatever. It was, But, I was able to get that under control. But that creates stress. You do not want that type of stress on you while you out here behind the wheel, hauling 80,000 plus down the road. You just don't need all that. Okay, hold on one second, guys. Hello? Yeah, go ahead. I'm already up and running. Once you click on it, it should say enter studio. Shout out to John. How you doing, John? Let's see. No. One of the subscribers commented. I wouldn't do it to you, Joe. Mm-hmm. Okay. You guys do me a favor, share this out. Y'all don't hear me say this too often. This is very important information. Please hit the share button, share it in your community page, share it on Facebook, whatever you can. Throw it in the trucking group, actually. Okay. And then once you hit enter studio, it's just have you backstage and I'll bring you in.
But my name is ADP Joe Hurley.
Okay, there he is. Okay. All right, how's it going, Joe?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Real quick, like I said before, I can't take credit for bringing Mr. Joe on. I have to contribute this to call me Cooley. He has done a lot. And and just to preset this up for you, Joe, real quick, I was telling them the importance about separating yourself from your business account, and all the benefits. And I'll go ahead and let you have the floor, sir.
Yeah. So I think what you're talking about is what you're doing is you are filing as an S corporation.
Mm-hmm.
So what Nate's doing is he has it set up so his LLC is being taxed as an S corporation, which means he becomes an employee of his business. The advantages of doing that are, one, at the end of the year, as an employee, he's going to be giving himself a W-2. So now he's going to avoid the self-employment tax and double FICA taxes that usually a normal LLC tax as a sole proprietor would be paying. Because when you do pay yourself as a 1099 instead of a W-2, you pay the self-employment tax and double FICA taxes at the end of the year. So Nate has a W-2. So now he's doing his personal and his business taxes separate, not paying the self-employment tax, if that makes sense. Additionally, if Nate ever wanted to go get like a personal loan to get a house, car, etc., he's not going to have any trouble proving his income because he is going to have pay stubs and a W-2. He's also doing his taxes quarterly versus at one time at the end of the year. So it's better for cash flow versus paying it quarterly instead of one lump sum at the end of the year. He's separated himself from his business because as an employee of the business, he's further separating himself from the business. That's one of the ways you separate yourself. There's many things to do, but becoming an S Corp is one of them. And then also he's able to set up retirement through the business to also further lower the taxes he's paying on himself. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah. Let's elaborate more as far as paying into Social Security importance, paying into just like you said, your taxes and everything. Let's explain the importance of that because it'll affect us later in our years for retirement, as well as you have 401k and different products. Go ahead.
Exactly. Yeah. So if you're paying yourself or not even paying yourself throughout your career, you're self-employed, etc., and you're not paying yourself, you're just taking money out of your account and not paying really taxes on it, you're not contributing to Social Security or Medicare. Therefore, when you're older and you're eligible to take advantage of Social Security and Medicare, you have no contribution, so you're not going to be able to take advantage of it at all. Versus when you pay it throughout, your career, when you're younger, your life, now you've been paying into it, so now you'll get a payment when you're at retirement age as well. Going on that, the Social Security is great, etc., but it's not really not going to be enough to fully support you when you do want to retire. So therefore, you need to be starting to set up retirement. As business owners, the government gives you tons of tax breaks, tons of tax benefits, etc., just for offering retirement through the business. And if you are your only employee, you're not even matching anyone. It's just you. So you get the advantages of on the employer side and the employee side of offering retirement and not necessarily having to offer it to your employees. If you do have employees, the government has further incentives for offering it to them as well. So the way it works is I have Nate, he's set up on ADP. So when he pays himself, not only am I taking taxes out for him and paying the Social Security Medicare for him, I'm also removing a percentage to going into retirement. That percentage that goes into there is pre-tax. So that's coming out before the taxes come out. So that's also lowering the taxes he's paying on himself. So example, if he pays himself $1,000 this week, he puts $100 into retirement. He's paying the state and federal taxes on $900 versus $1,000, and the rest is going into a 401k / IRA fund where it's growing. So now when he's older, he can take advantage of that.
Yeah, that is great. That is great. Go ahead.
No, that's it. That's what I got on that.
And it's very easy. They have an online app that you can download on your phone to pay yourself. You like to talk about that real quick?
Yeah. Am I able to screen share?
Yeah. Go ahead. You should be. Let's see.
We'll find out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe to make sure I have no one's personal information. Let's see. All right. Bam. Present. Share screen.
Didn't do it?
Oh no, we're doing it.
Oh, okay.
Can you see my screen here?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let me add it. Add stream. Okay, there you go. Awesome.
Yeah. So this is called Run Powered by ADP. This is what we use for our small businesses. Again, I specialize in transportation. 90% of my clients are in transportation, and a lot of them, it's either just people like Nate. He's literally has no drivers. He's just paying himself. Or sometimes a lot of people I help are, they're looking to add drivers. They have 1 or 2 drivers. They want to get legit with paying them. So first off, right? So once a week, Nate pops in here, right? He can access on any computer. He just types in runpayroll.adp.com, puts in his username and password, and it'll bring him right here. Or he just goes on his ADP app and does this all on his phone. So all he does, he just clicks Run Payroll. Again, this is a demo. His obviously looks different because it has his name, not some of these random people's name. So it just shows him here. Pretend he's Julie, right? It has a salary right here. He can change this every week, right? He can do $200. He can do $1,000. Fluctuates every week. Not a problem, right? You can change it. All these columns are customizable. You can have it per load, per mile, etc. Just so you guys are aware, if you guys have drivers that are in your trucks using your equipment, you guys need to be paying them as W-2 employees, and I can help with that. If you're 1099, if you're giving them a 1099 and using your equipment, you're misclassifying them, and you're avoiding taxes, so you're evading taxes. If you do get audited, you're subject to fines, have to pay all the taxes back, etc. So do it right the first time. Get with me. I'll make sure you're paying your guys correctly. But so this is where the Nate is, or if he had any drivers using his equipment and paying them as W-2s, they would show up right here. Next, this is where all his 1099s, if he did have any, would show up. Right here. An example of a 1099 would be, an owner would be someone running under your authority with their own equipment in their own LLC. They'd be right here. And again, he just puts in how much he's paying them right there. His preview payroll. From there, ADP is going to break everything down for him. Right? So this is a demo. Everyone's numbers are different. But you say this guy's gross pay is $1,500. Based on that, in this particular example, this guy's $220 in taxes coming out. Deductions, $0. This could be child support, retirement, health benefits. This guy's net pay is right here, so that's his take home. And then based on this gross pay, this is what the business contributes in taxes right here. Again, if he's moving money into retirement, right? By moving money into retirement, he's lowering the taxes he pays on himself here and the taxes the business pays here. Just an example. Once everything looks good, he just makes sure he has enough to pay himself in his account. Total cash required. He just hits approve. Once he hits approve, good. ADP will remove the total cash required out of his business bank account, remove all the employer and employee tax on state, federal, and local level. I do all the money movement, all the admin, all the compliance. Next day, have the net pay in everyone's account. Next day, direct deposit it. But he's just paying himself. Next day, direct deposit, tax is done. If you have a CPA, or accountant, just let me know. I can get them access to the back end of the account so they can pull any reports as needed, or you can go in and pull reports themselves. If you guys have any drivers, they'll have access to the ADP employee app where they're going to be able to check, their pay, their W-2s, their 1099s, adjust retirement, whatever, all on the app. All standard stuff. From there, this is what I help Nate with. It's just him. But if you do have drivers, or you're looking to add drivers, I can help you find drivers. We have a great partnership with ZipRecruiter, right? So that comes free with our services. It works very, very well to find drivers. And then I can also help you with employee handbooks, contracts, stuff like that. We have HR help desk, background checks for free, hiring toolkit, termination toolkit, everything you need on the back end, things you don't think about, I can help you with, including workers' comp and retirement.
Wow, that's nice.
That's what I got.
Oh yeah, that is nice.
Yep.
And it's all done at a click of a button on your phone or on your laptop. You can do it on the go because we be on the move and it's hard to pause for a second. But when you got it right there at the palm of your hand, it makes that whole scenario easier. Even all the back house guys that you just showed, the employee handbook, all that is customizable, correct?
Yep, all customizable. And it stays specific. So it's super customizable, but we're going to make sure you have the stuff you need to have in there on the state level, right? And we'll update it on the state and federal level, and we'll update it for you quarterly as needed. And that will hold up in court because it's legally done.
Right.
Versus,
right.
you just finding a handbook on like Google or Facebook, some guy just put it together, thought it was the best practice. No shot that thing holds up in court if it comes down to it. Ours is done by lawyers. It's we update it for you quarterly, etc.
Right. Let's go back real quick because I know you're short on time. Let's go back real quick and elaborate to these guys the importance of not paying their employees through Zelle and Cash App.
Yeah, but don't do it. So first off, pay everyone no matter what through ADP, okay? Because say you have a guy, January 1st, he was with you for a week, right? You paid him, say $1,000, a couple loads, and the guy just disappears off the map. You never hear from him again, right? You still owe that guy either his W-2 or his 1099. If you're using Zelle, Cash App, etc., like you're going to forget how much you paid him, right? You're going to be going like, oh, how did I pay him, right? So you have to find the amount, his address, all that. You got some 1099. When you're doing it with ADP, I'm handling the whole thing. I'm handling his 1099 at the end of the year. And the W-2, I'll mail it to him automatically. You're off the hook. You don't have to worry about anything at the end of the year. It's handled. Also, make sure you're paying your guys correctly. Get with me. I can help make sure you're doing that. Whether it's W-2 or 1099s, you can do it all through ADP. Just make sure you're paying everyone through ADP so it's recorded correctly. You don't have a nightmare at the end of the year. Right.
You want to go ahead and give out all your contact information, how somebody can get in contact with you?
Yeah. So make sure you contact me directly. For a couple of reasons. First off, I specialize in transportation. If you call the 1-800 number, you're going to get just some person on the inside on a call center, not that probably doesn't have as much experience as me, and doesn't specialize in transportation. So I'm going to make sure you're set up correctly. Additionally, when you go through me and you mention G-Way transportation, right now you'll get 5 months free. For all that, just make sure you mention Nate and G-Way transportation for the 5 months free. Additionally, my number is my cell phone. So if you go through me, you're going to have my cell phone. It's 508-254-0963. Nate, I don't know if you can help with that. Get that on the post. Or are you going to be able to post that?
I tell you what, I'll put in the description after the live feed is down.
If you can put that in the description. So look at this description. It's 508-254-0963. Call or text that number. And make sure you mention Nate, or you can email me at joe.hurley@adp.com. Yep. Perfect. Right there. Again, call or text it. That's my personal number. That's what my mom calls me on, right? So you're going to have me. I'll be your ADP point of contact moving forward if you need anything, etc. There's no contract, anything like that. So give me a call, help you out. The consultations are free, no charge on the consultations, etc. Pricing is very specific. So when you call me, I'll go over the pricing, etc.
And it's as you run payroll, correct?
Yeah, it's per process. It varies widely based on, how often you're running payroll, how many employees you have, what package you want to do, et cetera. But it's per process. So that, if your truck goes down, et cetera, you don't run a payroll, you're not charged. And there's also no contract, so you're not stuck with ADP. Mm-hmm.
That is awesome. That is awesome. I know you got to go. Anything else you want to cover?
That's all. Just make sure you reach out to me directly and mention Nate. And looking forward to hearing you guys soon. Hearing back from you guys soon.
Hey, thank you so much for your time, man.
No problem. Appreciate it. Thank you, brother. Yep.
Sorry about coming in late. I was busy. Yeah, I was busy coming in late, man. I had some things to handle. I got a question for you, though, if you got time.
Yeah, I got time.
All right, what's the difference as far as tax breaks and stuff like that, as far as separating you and from the business? What kind of tax breaks would you that I would like to see with some people? What's the difference between the tax brackets and how much they would pay in taxes? Because that's the main thing of a lot of business owners try to need help on.
Yeah, so that's something. If you have an accountant or a CPA, that is because every business is different. I obviously don't know the back end of your business specifically. Go with CPA if you need a good CPA. Let me know. I have a couple of them that specialize in the industry. However, the benefit of paying yourself through the business as a W-2 is you don't pay the self-employment tax at the end of the year. That's one of them. Double FICA taxes, depending on the accountant or CPA. Usually that cut is you see big tax benefits at like usually 50 or 60K around there. But a lot of guys will just start out doing the S Corp thing because it's further separating them from the business and it shows income, et cetera. So there's more than just tax benefits, but around 50 or 60K is usually when you start seeing big difference for the tax at the end of the year. Yeah. Great question, though.
Do you have people to help out with business structure setting up by any chance as far as the S Corp?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I do. Big time. I'm super connected in the industry. I got people to help, multiple contacts, and I can give them, if you want to use them, throughout your the life of your business, they'll have access to the back end of your ADP account at the end of the year, pull any reports needed, any of that good stuff. So they'll be connected right in with that. Just let me know. I can get you connected with them.
Perfect. Hey, sound like Joe is the guy to know, especially for you younger drivers who haven't set your business up correctly. It is a method to the madness. You do not want to be just a steering wheel holder out here with your own truck. It's business. It's a business, So you got to have a pass.
Yeah, I know a lot of this stuff, doesn't actually come to front of mind when you start everything because you're getting your authority, your truck, creating all this stuff. But it's actually really important because you're at the end of the year is going to come and you're going to have no idea what you're doing. And you're just going to be frantic and you're on the road. This is not something you want to deal with when you get home, Just have me handle it, have the back end done. So this way you're freed up, you're straight with the IRS. When you're home, you're done driving, this is not something you want to do or deal with. Let me just start out doing it right the first time so it doesn't cause a huge mess at the end of the year.
Yeah. I have been in tax trouble before. And believe me, you don't want that stress hanging over your shoulders while you're out there hauling that equipment down the road.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah, definite. Show, you got anything else for him, Show?
Not right now. Well, not right now, but not what I can think of. I'm good right now.
Yeah. I don't know if we went over this before, but that Zip Recruiter, I did not know. I didn't catch it because you threw a lot of information at me real quick. Yeah. I might be looking into that.
If you're adding drivers, it works super well. You can even ask Cooley. Cooley uses that. He does our full package, so he has access to everything on here, and he swears by it. He said, I talked to him 2 days ago. I talked to him probably like every other week. He's like, hey, yeah, I'm using this. It's a game changer. As far as, Cooley's right here right now. Yeah, I talked to him 2 days ago. He says a game changer as far as finding employees. Works super well. In ZipRecruiter and Indeed, they're going to cost you an arm and a leg if you go to them separately. But this, it's going to be free, included with the services here. Yeah. Yep. So highly recommend it for sure.
Hey, Cooley, if you got a second, won't you jump up real quick? Because like I say, I owe this broadcast to you because you're the one that introduced me to Joe. So if you want to take a second to jump in, we'll add you in real quick. We'll see. What's some of the biggest challenges you run into when what us from our industry comes to you, Joe?
To me?
Yeah.
Finding drivers. Big. Yep. Finding drivers, paying the drivers, that's the biggest thing. When you guys are looking for drivers, there's a lot of turnover in the industry, right? So you'll have a guy, blah, blah, and then they'll just bail out last second. It'd be tough. So that's a lot of my conversations start on with finding drivers. I'm like, all right, great. I'll help you find them. How are you paying them? Are you doing it correctly? How are you going to handle 1099s? How are you going to handle W-2s? All that stuff. And then I come in, I help them get them all set up. But really the biggest thing is finding drivers. And then the other thing is is around S-Corps is a lot of my conversations as well. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Cooley, jump back in. I think I messed you up. Come on back up.
Is the payroll automatically deducted, or I gotta approve it and then they get deducted from your account?
Oh, so the payroll, when you run the payroll?
Yes.
So it depends on what you want to do. So a lot of the guys, some guys will have it so that if it's just them and they know they want to pay themselves a flat amount every week, they can have it so the payrolls automatically run every week, right? And the taxes are filed, they don't have to log in. They just have to log in if they want to change the amounts or anything like that. But most of the guys, either they're paying drivers or the amount they're paying themselves varies. So they'll log in and then they hit run payroll and it approves it when you hit run payroll.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that answers the question.
Yep. So either way. Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey. Any other questions out there?
Just real quick, I know you're on time frame. Cooley, just promote, tell us how much Joe has helped you, your business.
Oh, Joe, yeah. Joe helped me out a lot, transitioning from paychecks. Like I said, I said in a couple of videos, game changing. Especially if you're starting to scale up, and you got employees, you got contractors, they can compete with the rates if you're coming from a different payroll provider. So, like I said, when me scaling up, ZipRecruiter was a game changer. I saved me like hundreds of dollars because I was doing Indeed. And ZipRecruiter, they give you 2 postings for free. That's all you really need. You can always rotate them. So,
by the way, no one should be on paychecks. I'm like paychecks. They try to compete with ADP. They just can't. They don't have the scale we have. They can't offer what we have at the pricing we have. I was able to give Cooley literally. He's paying the same amount as he was with paychecks, but he was only getting payroll with paychecks. I was able to hook him up with ZipRecruiter, handbooks, everything for the same. Actually, it was a little bit cheaper. And he got a bunch of months free, et cetera. It saved him a bunch of money, and he got way more services for his dollar. So his dollar went way longer.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, all right, Joe, we appreciate your time. And anytime you want to come up, you're welcome. You're welcome to give me a call, and I'll bring you up.
Yeah, anytime you guys need. If you guys have anyone you want me to reach out to, let me know. Or if anyone has questions, I got my cell phone. Calling me is free. So, cool. Thank you guys so much. And Cooley, I will talk to you later as well.
All right, that'll work.
See you guys.
Bye.
All right, now. Take it easy.
All right. Like we were saying earlier, I definitely gave you a shout out, Cooley, before you jumped in. he done helped me out so much. It was a streamlined process. Literally, I signed up, gave him some information, turned him over to my accountant, and everything was set up for me. It was like, whoa.
Right on, right on.
Hello?
Yep, there you go.
Oh yeah, my bad. Somebody called me. What's going on? What you had said?
Oh no, I was saying I had gave you a shout out earlier because you're the one that introduced me to Joe. And the process, the process was real streamlined for me. I gave him a few business information, sent them over my state documents as far as my business is concerned, got him in contact with my accountant, and man, it was set up for me.
Yeah. Like I said, when I switched over a payroll provider from Paychecks to ADP, it was an easy process. They was able to get the information from Paychecks and transition over, and I was able to issue 1099s to everybody. And actually, they actually did it automatically. So it was real easy process.
Right. And do you so far with your guys that you have them set up on 401ks, anything like that yet?
No, I don't got all that set up yet, just because I don't know exactly what direction I'm going into. So I got owner operators, I got a few company drivers, but not until I know exactly what direction I'm going into. Because really, if you think about contractors, really not going to, invest into a 401k. They're going to want to get we had there and have a conversation between him and my CPAC and figure out what's best for Lito at the end of the day.
True. Sound like you riding through a bad area.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm in the country right now.
Oh, okay. Me and Show getting ready to do something special, and definitely want to sit you down for a full interview whenever you got time, Cooley.
Oh yeah, what about what? Just me and what I got going on.
Yeah, about you, your business, your channel. I feel you give out a lot of positive information that people sleep on. It's not just coming out here owning a truck and holding the steering wheel. People that don't look at this is a business. It's a business, And
yeah. They don't treat it like yeah. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying, yeah, they don't. The game is different. The times change. People don't treat it like a business no more. People just buying trucks and make all this kind of money. Treating it like it's a drug game like that. But yeah, you're right about that. I try to help people out. Because you gotta understand how a lot of people don't understand like how I came up. Like I took the long road. I took the long process. But the reason why I did it like that was because I wanted to understand what I was doing. This is a lot of money to be playing around with. I wanted to understand what exactly where the money is going, how to make money, where to put my truck at. Those are things was like important to me. So a lot of people don't have goals in place. A lot of people don't understand what they're doing out here. They're just going from different states to states and hoping, pray to God that they make money. But, they don't factor in cost. A lot of people don't know how to do cost of operation. They don't know how to calculate it. They keep talking, at one point everybody was talking about, yeah, we got to get $2 a mile. $2 a mile, what we like? $2 a mile, why are you coming up with this number for? Because everybody else talking about $2 a mile?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a lot of things people just be saying based off of somebody else saying it and not understanding why.
Yeah.
Everybody's cost of operation is going to be different. Some people got truck notes. Some people got, paid for equipment. Some people got trailer notes. Other people got like big bills, personal expenses. You got to factor in all that stuff. That's why I say ADP came in with the clutch, because now you can kind of help you to separate your personal expenses from your business expenses, and you can pay yourself. A lot of people talk about buying houses, and they can't buy a house because their tax returns are saying something else when they know they made money. All right, well, you need to pay yourself on W-2. Now you can give a W-2 to buy a house, as long as you got the qualifications. But once you understand that, hey, all right, well, I need to make $40,000 a year. All right, well, pay yourself on a W-2 to make $40,000 a year. Get that W-2 to your agent, real estate agent or whatever, so you can get qualified. So ADP, it's game changer. A lot of people, it don't matter if you got 1 truck, 2 trucks, 3, it don't matter how many trucks you got. You need to pay yourself on the W-2, you know.
I was saying that earlier before I had brought Joe in. My first property I purchased, I went through FHA. It's funny, I had a high tax liability that year, so that helped me get into my first property. And then the second property I wanted to purchase, I was going through Freddie Mac. It was actually a 41-acre property, and they had a different criteria. And my taxes didn't line up to do that. It would have been a whole lot easier if I was a W-2 guy, because now I didn't have to present all these bank statements, tax returns, this, and this. That I felt knocked me out. A 41-acre property, 2 pastures, a barn, and a lake on it. But I missed out on it, because I didn't have everything set up correctly. So, yeah. So that was a learning experience for me.
Yeah, I would say too. Understand when you understand the tax brackets for real. Even though tax brackets do change, understand what I do a lot of time when it comes to doing my taxes. I look at the tax brackets and I know where I got to be at. You know what I'm saying? So how much I know I'm gonna pay. Have to pay.
So you follow the tax bracket laws for every year? So every year they come out with a new tax bracket, right?
Yeah.
So you follow.
Yeah.
You the man.
Huh?
I say you the man.
I mean, I don't want to be over the 22% for real. I don't. Because at the 22%, I would have to, if you make $40,000, add it up, multiply that up. I follow that every year, But yeah. But with a lot of property, like it's easier. It's crazy how it's easier.
But yes,
It's crazy how it's easier for a W-2 person to get something versus a business owner. But that's how the world is. You know what I'm saying? But so you got to, like you said, y'all was saying before, you got to pay yourself. You got to be an employee of your business. Pay yourself a W-2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we gotta get out. We gotta get out that mindset of having a bank account and a personal account and just transferring money. Like, you can't do that. You don't need to be doing that. Like, see, some of the stuff, this information, I learned on the way. You know what I'm saying? So, like, back in the day, we was doing that because we didn't know. We didn't know. But the information's out there now. Like, people need to start paying themselves on the W-2 and start, helping yourself out when it comes to tax time. Because especially depending on what kind of classification you are, be a single member LLC or S Corp, C Corp, or whatever you are, that's going to help you a long way when it comes to tax time. I know some of you guys getting tired of paying $15,000, $20,000 on tax time, and you only got 1 truck. Come on now.
Yep. That's true. And them taxes showing up to hit you hard.
Can you give an example of, like, on taxes for paying in? Let's say, for instance, somebody got 1 truck and they paying themselves a salary of $40,000 a year, and they netted, let's say, all together, the business netted $60,000 a year. How that would help? You understand what I'm trying to say? For the tax brackets and stuff like that for the business.
No, cool.
Hold on, you got to repeat that. What'd you say?
Okay, say for instance, the business made $100,000, but out of that $100,000, you pay yourself a $40,000 salary. You know what I'm saying? How would that help on taxes?
Yeah. You saying how would it help on taxes if you made $100,000 and you paid yourself $40,000?
Yeah.
It depends. It depends on what you classified as. I don't want to speak. I don't want to speak on accounting and stuff because that's not my angle and that's not what I'm certified at. But when you talk to a CPA and he sees how much revenue you're bringing in, he's be like, all right, listen, you need to be a C Corp, S Corp, or whatever to help you save money on tax time. He's also going to tell you how much money he should be telling you how much money you should be paying yourself as well. Now,
Right.
you might make $100,000, but you might not need to be paying yourself $40,000 a year because you're gonna get killed on when it's tax time. You know,
Yeah.
100,000. If I can think about it, you know, in my head, if you made $100,000 and you paid yourself $40,000, you might be getting taxed kind of crazy. You know, depending on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking at.
Yeah. Now I can say this, just like Cooley gave out that deal saying he's not a certified person. I'm not either. But I can tell you, my tax burden eased up on me switching from a regular LLC over to an S corp. Now I do have 2 separate tax bills, but that burden is easy on me now.
Yeah, me too. I switched to an S corp as well, and I saw a big difference versus when I was a one truck operation. And you know, my first year, I think I did like, I don't know, maybe like $160,000, and I was a single member LLC. Man, I was looking at the tax. I was like, yo, this is crazy. You know, all the way up to now, it's like, yo, I'm paying way less, and I got more.
Yeah, hey, especially on the business side.
Yeah, most definitely. That's why, you know, the way I do things now when I buy equipment, I don't mind financing it because I know I'm gonna need the tax write-off. I might have the cash sitting around to buy it outright, but why would I do that to myself when I know I need the tax write-off?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Especially if I say if I buy a piece of equipment that's 48 months. Yeah, it might be 48 months or 42 months, and I might only be paying you know, $1,000 a month for it. But you got to think about the overall aspect of it. You know, the tax burden. I'm gonna need those write-offs because one thing about it is that's gonna be a write-off, monthly write-off, or whatever it comes out to be. But I'm gonna need it because I got so much equipment running around. I got so much different things going on, and you know, I'm gonna need the write-offs regardless because you already know fuel. You can't write off the whole 100% of fuel. You can only write off X amount of dollars on meals or whatever it is, you know. So I'm gonna need the write-offs, you know. So that's why the way I think now is I don't mind financing equipment because I know I'm gonna need a write-off.
Yeah,
you know, that's what the rich do anyways. They don't just, you know, they don't go out there and buy equipment cash straight up. They might have the cash, but why would you use your cash? Why would you use your cash flow to buy something? You got to stop tying up your cash flow. You know, you're going to need your cash flow.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I have learned the hard way too of different financing options are structured different, give you better tax breaks. Because I ain't gonna lie, I had a better tax break the way my loan was structured with Lone Mountain. It was structured more like a lease than it was an actual, you know, like a car payment, you know. Yeah, I had 100% write-off on my Lone Mountain truck. 100%.
Yeah, you can. A lot of people don't know you can write off the interest. You can write off the interest. And that's why I said, like, when you get equipment that's wrapped up like a lease purchase, it might be a dollar buyout or whatever, or a zero buyout, whatever. But that's 100% write-off.
Yep,
that's 100%, just because it's wrapped up like a lease purchase.
And so, what I'm learning about now, and I don't understand it fully, depreciation value write-off. I haven't quite the concept of that yet, but hopefully I will soon.
Even when I bought the Jeep, I put the Jeep in my business. Yeah, my first year I was able to write off that whole amount of what I got it for. Now after that, I can write off the mileage, you know, based on how many miles I did for the year. But that first year, I wrote off the whole amount what I purchased the Jeep for. See, you gotta think about
that's what I did with my pickup truck.
You gotta just understand taxes and write-offs when it comes to tax time. You know, you hear Trump always saying, you know, he got in trouble a little bit what he did though, but you just gotta understand, you know, how can you save money? That's what it's all about. How can you save money? Because at the end of the day, we're in an industry right now, we're paying all kind of money for different things, and everything's expensive. So you gotta start getting involved with understanding, like, how can I save money every year? That's what I'll be doing every single year. How can I save money? Whether it's fuel, whether it's taxes, how many write-offs can I get? That's what I study, you know, because at the end of the day, that's what I want. That's what I need to do. I need to save money. How can I save money? This business is expensive.
Yes, it is, and make the profits margins real low if you don't know what you're doing. An old man told me one time, and Show had heard the old saying too. I didn't understand it until later. He told me trucking is a game of pennies, and it truly is. It is a game of pennies.
Thanks.
You got to save wherever you can save. You know them numbers a lot. Once again, it's not just jumping in that truck, buying a truck, driving it up and down the highway. Know your expenses, know your fixed costs, know your home fixed costs, because you got to evaluate and contribute that all to know what you need to crank that truck up. Because I learned from Cooley, I have a crank engine fee.
Hey, you got to do it, man. You got to do it, yo, because these guys is crazy, man. Like running around here. I don't care if we going 30 miles. I'm not doing no load for 250, man. Get out of here, man. You know, but that changes every month. I do it now. Like this year, like things change every month. Your variable cost changes every month. Your fixed costs change every month. Your personal expenses change every month. Your business expenses change every month. You got to do it every month. I got it. I did it the old school way now because it helps me understand. Like I do an actual Excel spreadsheet because it helps me understand where is my money going, what's coming out, what's coming in. You know, and I change it every month. You know, I plug in figures and see where I can save money and see what's coming out, what's coming in, and see how I can make more money. You know,
you ever spoke with Just Mario?
Jeff Lario, who's that?
Just Mario.
Oh, Just Mario. Yeah, I talked to him on the phone one time, maybe a year or two ago.
Okay, yeah, you guys sound the same with that spreadsheet, boy. I need to build me an Excel spreadsheet. I really do. I'm still old school. Take the freight bill, staple my gas receipt to it. You know, if I had a breakdown on that one, all that gets stapled together. I got to get on that spreadsheet stuff, but it's hard for me to find time. So I don't know how you do it, man.
Well, what I do now, from my first year when I was a one truck operation, yeah, I used to do the receipts. I used to, use the app. I think I used to use an app called Smart Receipts, and I used to take a picture of all my receipts and stuff like that. But as I started growing, I started acquiring business credit cards and stuff like that, where I can swipe the card, and that way at the end of the year, all I got to pull is one transaction and send it to my CPA. Hey, this is what I did for the year. You know, everything is on credit. You know, fuel cards. You know, you can build a transaction report at the end of the year and say, hey, this is what I did on fuel for the year. You know, I started getting more involved with credit because it made things easier. You know, I don't just have receipts laying around. I don't have to take pictures of receipts and do all that no more. You know, so I started to do more. I started to be more smart about what I'm doing now, pretty much. You know, and easier, making things more easier. That's what it's all about. You know, because one thing about it is I don't have time to locate receipts. I'll be here all day, you know, going crazy over that. So, you know, that's all it is. That's why I talk about business credit cards and stuff like that, because you're going to need it. You're going to need to swipe that card, you know, whether it's a maintenance bill. I don't have time to figure out where the receipt is, because think about it. You might have a receipt that you might have something done in January and you looking for it in December. Oh, yeah. Like, yo, you gonna be looking for a while. You know what I'm saying? But I used to be. I'm very organized. You know, organized, because I did do the receipt thing my first year, and I used to keep one of them orange envelopes, and I used to stick all my receipts in there. You know, as soon as I get fuel from a fuel station, I would sit there at the fuel pump and take a picture of the receipt and then put it in an envelope. You know, I didn't wait till the end of the day because I know I probably would forget. But as you grow, you gotta do those things, you know, because I'm trying to get them write-offs.
Okay. And sometimes the receipts fade on you too. Boy, look at him.
Yeah, that too, especially in the sunlight. Yeah, that was another thing that I had issue with fading.
Another question for you, because we're gonna be wrapping this up pretty soon. And me and Show definitely gonna get you on the interview, but I got to ask you this now. Did you find it easier to get your credit cards compared to your lines of credit?
Really, I started getting to the credit cards, but the line I didn't really understand line of credit. So I probably could have got the line of credit before the credit cards, to be honest. But I didn't understand how to use it properly. I didn't understand how to, I just didn't understand it. And then I started educating myself on lines of credit. The lines of credits, the ones I got right now are still third party. I still don't have a traditional one yet, but that's what I'm working on through my bank. I just recently changed over from BOA to Chase, and Chase is known for their product lines of credits. So I have conversations with these banks. I'll set up a meeting. We'll have an hour and a half meeting, and they'll start to understand my business and how I'm using it, and they'll be like, "Hey, man, you can go ahead and apply for this line of credit. The goal is to get $1 million a line of credit. If I can get $1 million line of credit, I could save me money from factoring." Because now I can do my own accounts receivables and payables, where I can save money. I'm trying to save money because right now I'm at a 1.45% on my factoring rate, which is it's still good.
Yeah, that's a great.
How can I save more? I want to save even more than that. If I'm getting a line of credit at a 0.55%, hey, or even a 1%, let's do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a big difference still.
Yeah.
But that's, factoring rates is still based off volume. That's how they do it. That's how they make their money. It's based off volume. That's why I always say everything's negotiation. I negotiate that every single year based off the volume I'm bringing in. So, right. But yeah, that's another story for another day about factoring.
Yeah. I want to see you do a video on that one, lines of credit. And I haven't dealt with factoring in the trucking community, but when I had my communication business, I did deal with a lot of factoring. And at one point, I was paying like 4.5% on factoring.
Oh no, I never. I think I came in the game with 3%, and it got all the way down to 1.45%.
Hell, I think by the time I finished with them, when I was getting out of the business, I was down to 3%. But prior to that, it was outrageous. I'm getting ready to wrap it up. Show, you got anything else, bro?
Nah, man, I'm finna get this belt put on this truck so we can continue to roll on, man. That's it.
All right. Shout out real quick, CW Acres Trucking. Hey, I'm gonna look into that section 179 for depreciation. I'm gonna have to look that up. I appreciate that. Thank you, Rika, for stopping through. Ms. Richardson, John, Country. I appreciate everybody. Like I say, me and his show got something coming up real soon. Y'all just keep your eye out for it, and we're gonna try to make Cooley one of our first guests. All right.
All right, man. Just let me know. You got my number.
All right. Hey, keep doing your thing, Cooley.
Yeah, you too, man.
I'm gonna hit you on the hip, gangster. I'm gonna hit you on the hip.
All right, sounds good, man. Sounds good. All right. All right, I appreciate everybody for stopping through. It's your boy Gangsta G-Way. Peace. I'm out, y'all. Keep the rubber side down, the shiny side up. Y'all watch out there, man.